So we are doing Vishwarupa Darshanam, chapter 11 of the Bhagavad Gita. Let's say we are going to in fact, it's a real life story. There was a person who went to a classical music concert during this Chennai music season. And he was sitting in the first row. Naturally, paid a big amount, so he was given first row, VIP row. He was sitting there and doing wah wah, nodding his heads and clapping and things like that. And as soon as the Bhagavatar finished, he went into the Bhagavatar and said, "Why don't you sing Mohanam, sir?" The Bhagavatar fainted because he just finished singing Mohanam. So for you to be able to appreciate Mohanam, some impression must be there. There's no some surtal, something you should know. Without knowing anything, you go and sit there and tell him sing Mohanam. What will happen to that poor fellow, that Bhagavatar? It always happens. If you go to any of these kacheris, you will say the front row will be occupied by people who will be talam nodding. In one particular kacheri, the flu. It is said. I don't know. It is said. I've not personally witnessed it. That the kacheri was being performed by K.J. Jesudas. He folded his hands and said, "Please don't do tappu talam sitting in the front row. It is disturbing my singing." So there must be an element of preparedness for us to understand music. In the same way, when Arjuna goes and asks Krishna, "Reveal your Vishwarupa to me," some preparation must have been done. Otherwise, it is like going and asking, you tell me, "Aapki mahima bataiye," what will that fellow do? Krishna will start crying. So he asked the question in chapter 11. After going through 7, 9, and 10. In 7 and 9, Krishna revealed Ishvara Swarupa as Abhinna Nimitta Upadana Karanam, non-separate, intelligent and material cause of Srishti. And in the 10th chapter, Krishna revealed the glory in creation. In creation, when everything is Ishvara Srishti, what can be the alambanam? Where can I start my upasana? So he gave the glories. Vedanam, Samavedoham. Like that, he gave a lot of glories. Yeah, Vibhuti. That's called Vibhuti. Among the entire pervasive self, where can I find you? For example, suppose we go to a doctor and say that I am not well, and imagine the doctor doesn't have a stethoscope. Where will he feel you? You are all over your body, but he will not check here. He will check here. So the life is felt here by bare hands. Okay, the same way, Ishvara is everywhere, but where can I see and appreciate you? That was the question. So entire chapter 10 was devoted to revealing. And in chapter 11, there is in Tamil, there is this word in Viparita Asai. That is, you want to ask for things which are very difficult to do. Viparita, ulta sida cheez mangna. Like for instance, he is going and telling Krishna, "I am able to appreciate you that you are Vishwarupa, but can I see it?" Ye kya baat hai? You are Vishwarupa, how can I see? There was a philosopher. Many of these Western philosophers say something occasionally here and there, there'll be something good. One fellow said, this earth, our Bhuloka, is like a speck of dust in the entire universe. Speck of dust. Earth Earth is in the solar system. Solar system is in the Milky Way. In the Milky Way itself, we don't know how many solar systems are there. As of now, they are taking 12 constellations, 12 Rashis, 12 constellations. So in the Milky Way itself, we don't know how many systems are there. We don't even know how many Milky Ways are there. Galaxies. And all these galaxies are going around the center of the universe. It's simply amazing to conceive, comprehend. And Arjun says, show it to me. Is it possible? Who is he asking? He is not asking you and me, the local fellows. He is asking Yogeshwara Krishna. And he says, if you think I can understand, please show it to me. If Ishvara cannot show his Swarupa, who else can show? So Krishna says, okay, tum manga hai beta, dikha deta. Okay, and I will show it to you. And okay, before we go into this, we have done it before, but we have to several times we have to repeat the abhyasa. It is called abhyasa. We have to repeat. Only then we will be able to comprehend and get an idea into the whole. And this is how Vedanta is taught. When I use my sense organs and know something, it is called pratyaksha. Pratyaksha jnanam. I see this pen. Pratyaksha jnanam. Pratyaksha is not apparent. Pratyaksha is sense perceived. Okay? Sense perceived. Now there are certain things I don't see. Okay? I see smoke. I infer fire. They are all called anumana jnanam. This is anumana. It is anumanam. Anumana pramana. I infer. Then two levels of inference are called arthapatti. For example, there is a fellow called Devadatta. This example is from Shastra. Okay? Devadatta doesn't eat during the day. And I spend the whole day with him, he doesn't eat at all. Next day also he doesn't eat. The following day also he doesn't eat. He has not been eating for the 1 month. But his weight does not go down at all. He continues to be hatta katta. So what is my inference? वो रात को खाता होगा. He must be eating at night. है ना? This is called second level inference, second level assumption, and it is called presumption. It is called arthapatti. Then there is another one called upamana, comparison. Have you ever seen, let's say the once upon a time, this laddu and all these days, everybody knows. So imagine there is a person living in Switzerland or someplace, and you want to tell him what a laddu looks like. How will you explain? Laddu looks like a golf ball, soft to touch, sweet to eat. So it is called upamana, comparison. Okay? So, anumana, upamana, arthapatti. Then we have what is called anupalabdhi, non-availability. That is, how do you know I don't have horns? Because you see there are no horns. You don't assume there are no horns. So man doesn't have horns. This is called anupalabdhi. So these are the various methods of knowing. So pratyaksha, and that is direct means of knowledge. And there is another means of knowledge called indirect means of knowledge. That is called paroksha. I listen to the description and come to know. Ishvara darshan, is it pratyaksha or paroksha? We have to be very careful here. Because pratyaksha means you must be able to see. Everybody must be able to see. Everybody must be able to see in the same way. Okay, there is one beautiful Krishna picture here. Nice picture here. All of us must be able to see Muralidhara. And that we see differently is very common. For example, you go to Chennai, You go, there is a temple here for Parthasarathi temple. There you see Krishna, only place in India with a mustache. I could never imagine Krishna with a mustache. Only in Parthasarathi temple it is there. So it is. Is it Pratyaksha? It is Paroksha. Krishna doesn't answer here. In 7, 9, 10, 11, and 12, he prepares you for understanding Ishvara insightfully. And here and there he keeps it. So now Arjun comes and says, can I see him? Can I see your total form? Can I see all the gold ornaments made out of gold? He is not asking anybody else. He is asking Krishna. And Krishna is what? Yogeshwara. And being a Yogeshwara, Krishna not only is a Srishti Karta, he also is the wielder of Maya. So a Yogeshwara, who is not only a Srishti Karta, who is Bhagavan, and who is a wielder of Maya, can show it. If you say Bhagavan cannot show, then Bhagavan qualification gone. Bhagavan can show it to you. He can not only show it to Arjuna, he should be able to show it to you and me also. Okay, he should be able to show. But only thing is, for seeing this Vishwarupa Darshanam, one must be prepared. Like one goes for a music show unprepared, you will not understand the difference. It happened, when I travel. I used to travel down very many places in South India. And there was one part I was traveling, somewhere near E Road I was traveling. So I was introduced to one of the audience there. They said, Sir can speak in Hindi, Sir can speak in Bengali. So there was one Amma, very old Amma, she was hard of hearing also. She came to me and said, Bengali, you speak something. And she doesn't know in Bengali. Suppose what will I say in Bengali? Then I said, Bhalo Achen ki. She didn't know anything. She said, Namaskara and went back and said. And if you don't understand, how can I? Some preparation should be there. So, therefore, to understand Ishvara's Vishwarupa Swarupa, to be able to see the whole thing, one must have the preparation. We start with this premise. So now with the premise, we have studied, how many? We have studied 3 verses. Okay, let's study a little more. 3 and 4 we have studied. So that's in verse number 4, Krishna says, Pratibhasikam, Mithya, apparent, yeah, Pratibhasikam. Okay, so let's study verse number, just introduction to verse number 4. We have already done it, I'll redo it. Manyase yadi tacchatyam maya drishtumiti prabho Yogeshwara tato me tvam darshayatmanam abhyayam. So he says, hey, Yogeshwara, hey Prabhu, Lord, Ishwara, hey Yogeshwara, Manyase, if you think I am capable of understanding, please reveal please darsha, please show me your total swarupa. See, here they use the word avyayam. When I say avyayam means that which does not ever decay at all. So I am not asking for Chaitanya Swarupam, I am asking for Vishwarupa Swarupam. And this Vishwarupa Swarupam, especially if it is finite things, they have to decay in time. But ours is not a linear Srishti, ours is a cyclical Srishti. So, Satya Yuga, Treta Yuga, Dwapara Yuga, Kali Yuga, Pralaya, again Satya Yuga will come. He says, I understand this. So Arjuna is an intelligent student. He says, I understand this. Therefore, show me this Avyaya Swarupam. Please show me. If you think I am fit for it. Good question. Arjuna is a very good student. Normally, very often, we have worked in very many places. If you want something done from your bosses, how will you start? Sir, may I ask you something? That means you have already decided to ask. See, somebody knocks at your door and opens the door, has already come in. Sir, may I come in, sir? He's already come in. Not quite he's saying, go out now. He's already come in, sir. So he said, if you think I am fit for that knowledge, please give it to me. And after 10 chapters, if Arjuna, Krishna thinks Arjuna is not fit, just imagine. So it cannot work like that. Very intelligent student. Mind you, Arjuna is called Sabyasachi. Arjuna is no joker. He's a Sabyasachi. Sabyasachi is a left-hander and a right-hander. Ambidextrous. He is a Gadadhari. He can fight using the Gada. He is a swordsman. He is an archer. He is an amazing dancer, musician. He was the teacher of his own daughter-in-law. Very handsome looking fellow. Very powerful guy. And he has a name, Gudakesha. Gudakesha means curly hair. You know, Krishna is called Rishikesha and Arjuna is called Gudakesha. Curly hair, but slightly different. I have not seen any of them. Krishna means it's curls all the way. Arjuna has curls only in this part. The shoulder length hair curls. Yeah, this is all my story. Okay, I have not neither seen Krishna nor seen Arjuna. These two chapters, 10 and 11, gives you a lot of scope for playing around. Tattva is there, but gives you a lot of scope for playing around. And once I go to 12 and then till 18, I can't joke at all. I have to go seriously. But now I'm serious. So Gudakesha is asking Rishikesha, a combination. Gudakesha is asking Rishikesha, if you think I am fit. And what do you think he will say? Krishna will say, nahi, aaj nahi, yaar, kal nahi. He says, Shri Bhagavan Uvacha. Krishna says, Shri Bhagavan Uvacha. Pashya me partha rupani. Pashya me partha rupani. Pashya, see, me rupani. Mere roop ko dekho. Look at me, look at my rupa. Shatashotha sahasrashah. Hundreds and thousands. Uncountable rupa. People who have studied, not studied, all of us know. Without exception, everybody knows. You have heard Vishnu Sahasranama? Yeah. Vishnu Sahasranama, what is the first nama? Vishwam, Vishnum Vashatkara. What is the meaning of Vishwam? Vividha Pratyaya Gamyam. All variegated names and forms. All forms are Vishnu's forms. You are talking about solar system. There is millions of such systems. He's going to explain all of them. How beautifully Krishna explains how our Shastra is. We'll see. So, Shatashotta Sahasrashaha. So many, oh Partha, oh Arjun, just see my glory. Yeah, expansive. Such a vast thing. Nana vidhani divyani. Nana vidha means varieties and varieties. I don't know how many of you have ever been to Calcutta. Yeah. Recently our friend Mangalam went to Calcutta. Yeah. You enter into one sweet shop. What do you see there? Nana vidhani. Don't you see? Sandesh, Rasgulla, Rasmalai, Rajbhog, Jolabhora, Sandesh. Yeah, one day somebody heard me say all this and the next day they brought me Rasagullas. They say the way you said Rasgulla was so tempting that we got Rasagulla for. So, Nana Vidhani. And what are there? Divyani. Divya means there is a touch of divine. Anything that is Ishvara Srishti is divine. Divyani. Divyani not only means divine, it also means effulgent. Glory, it shines. It shines. So Nada Vidani, Divyani, it glows. It's glowing. Okay. Nana Varnani. Not only are there various names and forms, There are various varnas also. Varnas means colors. This word should be examined. This word should be beautifully examined. What are the basic colors? Red, blue, yellow. Out of the combination of red, blue, yellow, what are the various colors? Okay, if you want to really know some idea of colors, you go to one of these paint companies. Go to their website and download. In pink alone, there are about 230 shades. Okay, then I found a shade called mauve. So many shades. Coral beach, there are so many colors. So, Varnani, any color you can think of, it is Ishvara's glory. And when I say Ishvara's glory, it means the color presents itself, the color manifests itself by operation of a certain law. Light filtered through a certain medium appears in a certain color. And that is Ishvara's manifestation. And when I say Ishvara's manifestation as in the form of orders, in the form of laws. Everything is Ishvara. So Nana Vidhani, Divyani, Nana Varna, Kratini cha. Okay? Kratini, what Swamiji has told here, Kratini cha. And the shapes. Okay, various shapes are there. All kinds of shapes are covered here. Akritini cha. Akritini. Akritini cha. Many colors and shapes. All kinds of shapes. All shapes are Ishvara shapes. That's what he says in verse number 5. Let's see verse number 6. Pashya, it starts. Let's read the poetry order, and then I'll come to the prose. Pashyadityan vasun rudran. Pashyadityan vasun rudran. Ashvinav marusastatha. Ashvinav marutastatha. Bahun yadrishta purvani. Bahun yadrishta purvani. Pasyaschyaryani bharata. Pasyaschyaryani bharata. So whole verse. Pasyadityan vasun rudran. Ashvinav marutastatha. Bahun yadrishta purvani. Pasyaschyaryani bharata. Once more. Get the words very clearly. I look into every word. Pasyadityan vasun rudran. Ashvinav marutastatha. Bahun yadrishta purvani. Pasyaschyaryani bharata. Good. So Pashya. This Pashya has to be repeated very many times. Pashya Adityan. You know one sun. He is saying Adityan. Suns. S-U-N-S. Not S-O-N-S. Suns. How many suns are there? 12. Each month, when the sun moves from one Rashi to another, it takes on a different kind of brilliance. Chennai Vasis, how is the sun in Chennai now? Our friend Pashupati Satyanarayana, how is the sun in Nagpur now? How is the sun in Iceland now? So the sun has 12 different manifestations. The Surya Devata, for us Vedic, I don't use the word Hindus, for us Sanatanis, for us Vaidikas, everything is Ishvara. So he's not just S-U-N, he is Surya Devata. It's a phenomena which I represent on a deity. I don't represent, I invoke on a deity. Therefore, he becomes Devata for me. So how many suns are there? 12. Adityan Pashya. So then, Vasun Pashya. Vasu means directions. There are 8 directions, Ashtavasu, 8 directions. These 8 directions are in charge of sustaining our Srishti. When I say 8 direction, each direction is a Devata. There is a Agni Devata, there is a Prithvi Devata, there is a Antariksha Devata, there is Surya and upper heaven Devata, there is Chandra and Nakshatrani Devata. All these are Devatas, meaning they are all principles. They are all principles which sustain life. So Pashya Adityan, Pashya Vasun, Pashya Rudran. Rudra is what they say, people who are into, they call it energy. Rudra is heat principle. There are 11 Rudras. All Rudras are available within you, okay? What are there? The sense organs, 10 in number, 5 sense organs, 5 organs of action and mind. These 11 are called Rudras. And all the Rudras are under the command of Parameshwara. That's why when any of the physiological function is damaged, is affected, we say Om Parameshwaraya Namaha. He is the department in charge. Of course, you send it to Vishnu, he will send it to Shiva. It will always be. Nothing will be delayed. It will be redirected. Because when it comes to this, it will act like a router. It goes there, it is not meant for me, udhar jao. That's how it will be said. Okay? So, Pashya, Adityan, Pashya, Vasun, Pashya, Rudra. 11 Rudras are there. Pashya, Ashwinau. Ashwini Kumara are twins. Where they are in your body? In the nostrils. Ashwini Kumara live here. They are the preceding deity for the nostrils. They are in charge of, some fragrances can be picked up only by the right nostril. Some fragrances can be picked up only by the left nostrils. Some have to function together. Some of them can be picked up only with your eyes closed. Try saying, you will pick up certain fragrance because they operate under the laws of Ashwini Kumara, twin devatas in charge of the entire sense of smell. Everything. Suppose you catch cold, you should pray to Ashwini Kumara because the smelling power is affected. Pray to Ashwini Kumara, cold should go away. Okay. So beautifully represented. Pashya, Ashwinau. That's why, it's called dual. It's a dual number. Singular, dual, plural. In Sanskrit, we have dual number where two are referred together. So Ashwinau. Marutaha. Marutaha is the Vayu base. Is the principle of Vayu. We will see sometime detailed analysis of all this. There are 49 Vayus, both inside and outside. Inside your system, outside your system, there are 49 Vayus. They are grouped into 7 groups of 7 each. So now count. 12 suns, 8 Vasus, 11 Rudra, okay, 2 Ashwinau, 33, 49 Vayus, 82 principles of life. All life forms on this earth is governed by these 82 principles. Krishna says, he is preparing you. You want to see everything? First see the law behind everything. There are 82 principles which you are going to see in action now. I'm going to show you 82 principles. And you want to see 82 principles functioning. It is like telling, I want to see law of gravity work. I will have to tell you, step out of the balcony, it will work. You can see it working. You will come thudding down. But what Arjun wants here, I want to see everyone falling, but I should not fall. That Divya is possible. Yogeshwara can give you that, okay? Temporarily, he can give you. Like, for instance, when you go to buy these days, when you want to buy a house or something, and you want to buy in a, what do you call, gated community. The moment you express interest to one fellow, 1,001 fellows will write to you, call you, write to you. You block one number, they will call from, that is where I see Ishvara Srishti. You block one number, they will call you from another number. Immense possibilities. And then they will sell you videos, this group, that group. Then go inside. You buy a flat, then they will say, this is the interior decor. Then you go to the company, you will have a tabletop model. And it shows, this is where your flat is, sir. It is possible, no? That's how Krishna wants to show Arjuna. Okay, then Bahun. Bahun. Many. There's a beautiful word here. Purva Adrishtani. So far, nobody has even imagined. Okay? So Bahun Purva Adrishtani. Nobody has seen it before. Nobody has even asked for it. You are the first fellow asking. Very often it happens. To glorify this. Very often, see, when we are taking classes, somebody asks a difficult question. Now, I will tell you a simple method of answering a very difficult question. After the fellow finishes, sometimes, the fellow is so carried away that he will speak volumes. He will not ask a question. He will have to say, what is the question? Most often, he would have not asked, so he will quietly sit down. But if he ends up asking, you always say, good question. The fellow will be so thrilled that even if you don't answer, it doesn't matter. Because he has got appreciation. But Krishna is not playing the trick here. Krishna understands that Arjuna, he's telling Arjuna, so far nobody has even asked this question. Bahun Andrishtani, nobody has seen it so far. Okay, then Pashya Ascharyani Bharata. The Pashya is to be put after every word. Pashya Adityan, Pashya Vasun, Pashya Rudran, Pashya Ashwinahu, Pashya Marutaha. Okay. Pashya Purva Adrishtani. Pashya Ascharyani. That which will leave you open mouthed with wonder. Forget seeing the whole Srishti. I have personally not seen. People who have traveled to the Americas, if you are going to stand in front of the Niagara Falls, people who have traveled there, now what happens to you? The Great Lakes, the Grand Canyon, going up Kailasha. I have not gone to Kailasha, but when you go there, when you see one of those hill towns and you look at this, only 3 days before they had put in all the social media platforms. Aurora Borealis. How does it leave you with? Pashya, Ascharyani, the Nana Vidani colors that you say, they are all my manifestation. They are my manifestation. Only, that's what Krishna says in verse number 6. Let's see what he says in verse number 7. Ihaikastam Jagat Krishnam, Ihaikastam Jagat Krishnam, Pashyadhya Sacharacharam, Pashyadhya Sacharacharam, Ihaikastam Jagat Krishnam, Pashyadhya Sacharacharam, Mama Dehe Gudakesha, Mama Dehe Gudakesha, Yachanyat Drishtumicchasi, Yachanyat Drishtumicchasi. Whole verse. Ihaikastam Jagat Krishnam, Pashyadhya Sacharacharam, Mama Dehe Gudakesha, Yachanyat Drishtumicchasi. Once more. Ihaikastam Jagat Krishnam, Pashyadhya Sacharacharam, Mama Dehe Gudakesha, Yachanyat Drishtumicchasi. So Gudakesha, curly haired one, it also has another meaning. Gudakesha is a person who has conquered sleep. He can sleep at will. He can control sleep at will. There are so many Gudakeshas now in India working to US timings, no? All Gudakeshas. You can see them at home. 10 o'clock, they will wake up and work till 4 o'clock in the morning. All Gudakesha only. All Arjuna's capable. Sitting one place, working in another country's timing. All Gudakesha. So Gudakesha. Gudakesha means one who has mastered sleep. Particularly it is relevant when it comes to Vedanta and spiritual study, because this is where, when we don't understand something, probably, what will happen? You will go to sleep. I once went to a yoga camp. There was a Swami who said, I will teach you yoga. And after some time, he said, close your eyes. And then he said, normally when they teach all this meditation and things like that, they will tell you very clearly, please remain seated, don't lie down. This Swami said, you can lie down if you want. Thereafter, I had a feeling I was in a cage with tigers because everybody was snoring. I looked around, I was the only fellow sitting. So when you do subtle truths, and imagine morning class, 6 o'clock class, 5:30 class, and the Gudakesha will fall asleep. Then everybody will clap, he will get up and says, take prasada and go away. Gudakesha is a fellow who will listen to the pravachan without one moment loss. He will not lose a single word. He is total. Chitta ekagrata is very high. He is so focused and concentrated on the teacher's words. So, hey Gudakesha, Adhya means today. Now, Iha, look at the assurance given by Yogeshwara. It is not one of those Janta Darbars where you go and sit there, give an application, he will pass it on to another fellow, that fellow will pass it on to another fellow. Not like that. He says, can you show me? Krishna says, hey Gudakesha, Batho, Adhya, now, here and now. Okay? Here, Adhya, ekastham, without you having to move from this place, without you having to budge from this place, without you having to shift your place, Iha ekastham, Jagat Kritshnam, I am going to show you the entire Srishti. Okay, Jagat Kritshnam, I am going to show you. Here, Iha, Adhya, Iha, and then what's the other word used? Ekastham. In one place you sit down, I am going to give you. How is it possible? How do you relate to it? I don't know, way back about 40 years ago, there was a movie called My Dear Kutti Chatan. 3D movie. Even as you entered, he gave you a specs. With that specs, you see everything coming, ice cream being fed into your mouth. You take the specs off, it looks very flat. 3D. So Krishna says, here I am going to show you. Now, here in this place, I am going to show you Jagat Krishnam. Hey, Gudakesha. Gudakesha here means be attentive. Oh, attentive one. Unless you have this kind of preparation, unless you have the kind of preparation that Arjuna had, you possibly cannot appreciate Vishwarupa Darshana. And he says, and where is going to be the screen? I'm going to show you what is the screen. Mama Dehe, in my body I'm going to show you. Mama Dehe, Iha, Adhya, Astita, I am going to show the whole thing to you in my body. Only Ishvara can do this. I'm going to show you. What authority the teacher, amazing composition. When he says, Acha, yet, Acha, Drishtum Ichasi, what you wanted to see. Whatever you want to see, deklo. I am going to show you on Mama Dehe, everything that you want to see, deklo. Acha. Not only that, I am going to show you Sa, Chara and Achara. All movable things, all immovable things. Everything I'm going to show you. Okay. Let's say we are all seated before Ishvara. And he says, here, now, on my body, I'm going to show you everything. So some of us are interested, no? what is going to happen on 26th, sir, final IPL. This IPL final people are interested in watching. I don't know what they see in that. This evening, sir, there is a match between CSK and some other team. I want to see what happens. When will Dhoni retire, sir? What is going to happen in 2024 World Cup? Don't you want to see? All of us want to see. All of us want to see the future. That's why Krishna suggestively says here, Drishtum ichhasi anyat, whatever you wanted to see. Now, what was the situation? Mahabharat battle is going to happen. The conches have been blown. Bhishma, Drona are there. And Arjuna has already said, Bhishma, Drona, Prakutaha, Ishubi Pratiyotsyami. They are puja, arha. How can I shoot arrows at them? How can I fight? So he's also concerned. At the end of the fight, who will be the survivor? I don't mind Duryodhana, Karna going, but Bhishma, will he live? What will happen? My sons are also fighting on my side. There my nephews are fighting on the other side. Sir, what will be the end result, sir? Hey, all of you, are you not concerned about June 4th? Apke bar 400 par, many of you are concerned, no? One joker says they will not even get 200 seats. So you are saying, who are they talking about? So things are there. We are all very concerned. What will happen after that? Will we get back POK? What? All those thoughts are there. Who will win in Hyderabad? That's a big concern for a lot of. All those thoughts are there. Madhavi Lata or Hovai Singh. So if Krishna is there, we would like to see all that. That's what Krishna is even hinting here. So all this I am going to show you. I am going to show it in my body. Let's understand something very, very carefully here. He started off with, is it going to be pratyaksham? Is it going to be paroksham? So Krishna says, Krishna doesn't say here, Adi Shankara, who has written the Bhashya, he says, I will not say it is impossible, but I will also not say it is commonly possible. It is not possible for everyone to see. For you to have this vision, you must have a teacher like Yogeshwara Krishna, and you should have a well-prepared student like Arjuna. It comes in chapter 18. He will say, Yatra Yogeshwara Krishna, Yatra Partho Dhanurdharaha, Tatra Shri Vijayo Bhuti, Dhruvani Tirma Mama. It comes now. So when you have a teacher like Krishna, Yogeshwara Krishna, and when you have a student as keen and as dedicated as Partha, this is possible. It is possible by Yoga Shakti. But that Yoga Shakti is possible only temporarily. It will be only temporary. You may even forget it the moment it's over. It's as though in a dream. It is not a hallucination, it's a vision. Yeah, it is Ishvara. It can happen. We cannot say it cannot happen. I don't have the pramana to say it cannot happen, but I can say this much. It can happen only to the prepared person. And what is this prepared person? The prepared person is the instrument of knowing must be free from all kinds of, this anxieties. It should be free. We will look at that. Okay. We have time enough for one more verse because 8 starts with I will give you verse 9 is a total, the subject changes, so 8 I will take you through today because I wanted to take you through up to 8. Okay. Let's see verse number 8. Natu mam shakyase drishtum, Natu mam shakyase drishtum, Anenaiva swachakshusha, Anenaiva swachakshusha, Divyam dadamite chakshuhu, Divyam dadamite chakshuhu, Pashyame yogamaishwaram, Pashyame yogamaishwaram. So whole line, whole verse. Natu mam shakyase drishtum, Anenaiva swachakshusha. Divyam dadami te chakshuhu pashyame yogamaishwaram. Once more. Natu maham shakyase drishtum anenaiva swachakshusha divyam dadami te chakshuhu pashyame yogamaishwaram. So he says, Natu shakyase. Natu shakyase. But you will not be able to see, okay, drishtum mam anena eva swachakshusha. You will not be able to see this Vishwarupam with these eyes. Okay? For me to see, this eye has a, see, forget about eyes. Forget about seeing the Srishti. You can't even hear the sounds that dogs can hear. Dogs have very high, they can have very sensitive ears. And you know, the snakes have amazing smelling ability. And the eagle has a, oh my God, amazing vision, sight, capacity to see. And then the lizards can smell with their forked tongue. And then dogs, they say, can even see in the night, you know, Preta, Pishasha and all they can say. Thank God you are not able to see. As it is, you and I don't get sleep. Imagine you have dog's vision. What will you be able to sleep? You see Pishasha running around. Dogs can see. And you can even realize, you know, if you have a dog, and especially street dogs can see. Because pet dogs have become like you and me, you know, trained to sleep in air-conditioned rooms. You see the street dogs, woo, 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 they will do. That means they are seeing some Pishasha. I don't know. I heard. I have not seen Pishasha. Thank God. So he says, Natu mam shakyase drishtum. Okay. Anena eva swachakshusha. These eyes which you are seeing, using for seeing objects, you cannot see. Therefore, what I have to do? Te divyam chakshu dadami. I am giving you a special pair of eyes. I am giving you insight. I am opening your third eye as though. You cannot see me with the normal eyes. I will have to open the third eye as though. So, divyam dadami te chakshuhu. And using these eyes alone, pashya, see, me yogam aishwaram. You will see my entire glory with the special eye alone. Okay? Now, there is something very beautiful here which we have to appreciate. The Guru can give me a vision. That is called Guru Kripa. And this vision comes to me only because of Ishwara Anugraha. And Guru operates the Shastra Kripa. Shastra. So Ishwara Anugraha, Guru Kripa, Shastra Kripa. These three makes things available to me. But this will work in our life only when you have Atma Kripa Jiva Prayatnam. When Bhagavan says, I am going to give you Divya Chakshu, if you have doubt, how will this all work? That means gone. Your first round, first ball mein out ho gaya. You hit the ball, instead of going for 6, somebody has taken a catch. All your DRS won't help. So you should be a sadhana chatushta sampanna. That means you should be a well-prepared person. You must have, what do you call, your antakarana. This is not referred to just as the mind. The antakarana, which has got mano, buddhi, ahankara, chitta, it is under your control. You are the karta. What is now happened? This antakarana is the karta and you are the karana. So you should be the karta. You should be able to command an inner composure. I should be able to command an inner composure. All my, that viparita inquiry on Shastra should go away. Will Shastras work? Is it a bluff or something? Particularly, we should stop looking at Shastra from Western eyes. That's a major problem with Hindus today. We want to justify Shastra through a Western eyes. It's not meant for that purpose. There is a Vedic vision for that. So first I should get back a Vedic vision. I should be comfortable with the Vedic parampara. I should be able to see the Shastra as a pramana. I should be a sadhana chatushtya sampanna. Then if these are there, it is Ishwar Anugrahi, he will send me a guru. And thereafter I need a Shraddha. When you have this, it will work. That's what Krishna says. In the next verse, we have Sanjaya Uvacha. Sanjaya is already seeing it, and Sanjaya is describing it to the visually challenged king, Dhritarashtra. We will see it in the next verse. Swasti prajabhya paripalayantam nyayena margena mahim mahisha go brahmanebhya shubhamastu nityam loka samasta sukhino bhavantu kale varshatu parjanyah prithvi sasya shalinim deshoyam shobharahitah brahmanah santu nirbhaya sarve bhavantu sukhinah sarve santu niramaya sarve bhadrani pashyantu ma kaschid dukkha bhag bhavet asato ma sadgamaya tamaso ma jyotirgamaya mrityorma amritangamaya om purnamada purnamidam purnat purnamudachyate purnasya purnamadaya purnameva vasishyate om shanti 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 Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Hari Om. Satgurnath Maharaj ki jai ho, Swami Dayananda Maharaj ki jai ho, sab santon ki jai ho, Pavan Putra Hanuman ki jai ho, Bajrang Bali ki jai ho. One word about Adi Shankara, because yesterday was Shankara Jayanti. The entire teaching, the Bhashya that I am using now, I am studying and sharing with you. This Bhashya has come to us because of Shankara. Shankara Bhashyam. And Shankara Bhashya is available in two. One is, Padhartham. The other is Vakyartham. Every word is explained. Iha, Krishnam. Beautiful. Every word is explained. Every padam is explained. So it has come to us through Shankara. Inna Shankara and the Parampara. Shankaracharya Madhyamam, Asmadacharya
Paryantam, Vande Guru Paramparam.
So grateful. Vande Guru Paramparam. I got it directly from my teacher, Sri Swami Dayananda Saraswati and his students. And it is only the Shankara's words and Sadashiva's words that I am sharing. None of them, maybe some examples are mine. But otherwise, the teaching is undiluted as taught by Swamiji. Swamiji's picture is here. He is watching. We are not allowed to play to the gallery. We are not supposed to even misuse one word. If I misuse the word, tomorrow morning faculty will fail. It won't work. That is the strictness with which we are taught, because I have no authority whatsoever to play to the gallery. I have no authority whatsoever. It's all Sadashiva's words. It's not human words. It's revealed through this system. Good fortune. It is great punya that I am able to do this for you. I am deeply grateful to my Janani, my father, my guru, for having given me this body to be able to speak this to you and share it with you. It is great punya. So that is how it is. We'll meet again Friday next. And people who want to join morning meditation or
Hari Om. Hari Om.